Here's something your doctor probably never told you. The moment you stopped crawling as a child, you started the aging process. I know that sounds dramatic, but stay with me. What if I told you that spending just 10 minutes a day moving on the ground could turn back the clock on your mobility, balance, and independence? I'm talking about crawling. Yes, like a baby, and before you click away thinking I'm too old for that, let me show you something that might change your mind, because what I'm about to share has helped thousands of seniors move like they're 20 years younger. And the best part? You don't need a gym membership, fancy equipment, or even good knees to get started. Think back to the last time you got down on the floor. Maybe you dropped something. Maybe you were playing with your grandkids. Now here's the real question. How hard was it to get back up? If you're like most people over 60, the answer is harder than it used to be. And here's why that matters more than you think. Studies show that your ability to get up from the floor without using your hands is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Not your cholesterol, not your blood pressure, your relationship with the ground. But here's what nobody talks about. We didn't lose this ability because we got old. We got old because we stopped using the ground. Every year you avoid the floor, you forget a little more. Your hips get tighter, your shoulders get weaker, your balance gets shakier, and suddenly the ground becomes this scary place you avoid at all costs. But what if we could reverse that? What if the very thing you've been avoiding is actually the key to staying young, mobile, and independent for decades to come? Let me tell you about something called movement nutrition. Just like your body needs vitamins and minerals, it needs a variety of movements to stay healthy. And ground-based movement? That's like a multivitamin for your entire system. When you crawl, something magical happens in your brain. You activate cross-body patterns, right hand with left leg, left hand with right leg. This fires up both sides of your brain at once, keeping your neural pathways sharp. It's why kids who crawl longer tend to have better coordination as adults. But here's where it gets really interesting for us seniors. Ground movements force your body into positions it's forgotten. When was the last time you loaded weight through your wrists? When did you last move your hips in every direction instead of just forward and back? These forgotten movements wake up dormant muscle fibers, improve joint lubrication, and literally keep your body younger at a cellular level. And here's the kicker, you don't need to be fit to start. In fact, if you're stiff, if you struggle with yeast balance, if you haven't exercised in years, you're exactly who needs this most. Because unlike running or lifting weights, crawling meets you where you are. It's completely scalable. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but I have bad knees, or my wrists hurt, or I haven't been on the floor in 20 years. Don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to modify every single movement. By the end of this video, you'll have 5 exercises that will change how your body moves and feels. All right, here's how this is going to work. I've designed a 10-minute routine with 5 ground-based movements. Each one builds on the last, and each one targets a different aspect of staying young: mobility, strength, coordination, balance, and confidence. You're going to do each movement for about 1 minute. And listen, if a minute sounds like too much, start with 20 seconds. If you can't do the full version, I'll show you the easier version. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is connection. Reconnecting your body with its natural ability to move. Grab a yoga mat or a soft carpet and let's get started. Movement 1, the bear crawl. Let's start with the bear crawl. This is the foundation movement. Get on your hands and knees, then lift your knees just a few inches off the ground. Now move forward slowly, right hand with left foot, left hand with right foot. Here's what this does for you. First, it lights up your core like nothing else. Your entire midsection has to stabilize to keep you steady. Second, it strengthens your shoulders in positions they never experience in daily life. And third, it forces your brain to coordinate opposite sides of body, which keeps you sharp and improves balance. Now, if you can't lift your knees off the ground, no problem, just crawl on your hands and knees. You're still getting 70% of the benefit. The key is the cross-body pattern. If your wrists hurt, make fists and bear weight on your knuckles or place your forearms on the ground instead. Start with 30 seconds forward, then try 30 seconds backward. Yes, backward. It's harder, it's awkward, and that awkwardness is exactly what your brain needs to stay young. Movement 2, the lateral bear walk. Now we're going to add something most seniors never train: sideways movement. Stay in that bear position, knees hovering, and now step sideways. Right hand and right foot move together, then left hand and left foot follow. Why does this matter? Because in real life, you don't just move forward and back, you reach sideways for things, you step around obstacles, you catch yourself when you stumble. Lateral, movement trains the muscles that prevent falls, your hip abductors, your obliques, your side E stabilizers. Here's the modification. If hovering your knees is too much, drop them down and scoot sideways on all fours. You can even sit on your heels and walk your hands side to side if you need to. The point is training that sideways pattern. Do 30 seconds moving right, then 30 seconds moving left, and really notice which direction feels harder. That's the side that needs more work, and that's valuable information about body. Movement 3, the tabletop crawl. This is where we flip things around. Sit on the ground, place your hands behind you, and lift your hips up into a tabletop position. Your hands are pointing back, your belly is facing the ceiling. Now crawl forward in this position. This movement is gold for seniors because it works everything we don't normally use. Your triceps, the backs of your arms, have to work hard here. Your glutes and hamstrings fire up to keep your hips lifted. And your shoulders get stronger in extension, which is the opposite of the hunched forward position most of us live in. If you sit a lot, your hip flexors are probably tight and shortened. This movement reverses that pattern. Can't lift your hips very high? Totally fine. Lift them as much as you can. Can't move forward? Just hold the position and breathe for 30 seconds. You're still building strength. And if your wrists complain, point your fingers out to the sides instead of straight back. Crawl forward for 30 seconds, then try backward for 30 seconds. Feel those muscles working that haven't worked in years. That's youth returning to body. Movement 4, the child's pose, reach. Time for some active recovery with mobility work. Come down into child's pose, sit back on your heels, stretch your arms forward, forehead to the ground. Now walk your hands over to the cow right, hold for 5 seconds, feel that stretch through your side body. Come back to center, walk them to the left, hold, come back. This movement is deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. It mobilizes your spine in lateral flexion, a movement most seniors never do. It stretches your lats, your obliques, and the connective tissue along your entire side body. And it gives your nervous system a chance to relax and integrate everything you just did. If you can't sit all the way back on your heels, place a cushion between your bottom and your heels. If you can't get your forehead to the ground, rest it on a pillow or yoga block. The goal is gentle exploration, not pain. Spend a full minute here, alternating sides, breathing deeply. This is where the magic of ground work really sinks in. The combination of challenge and rest, strength and mobility. Movement 5, the rolling pattern. For our final movement, we're doing something that might seem simple but is incredibly important for fall prevention, rolling. Lie on your back, now roll onto your side, then onto your belly, then continue rolling until you're on your back again, then reverse it. Why is this so important? Because if you ever do fall, knowing how to roll safely can prevent serious injury. But beyond that, rolling teaches your body how to move as one connected unit. It improves spinal mobility, builds rotational strength, and enhances body awareness. Plus, and this is key for seniors, it teaches you how to get up from the ground gracefully. Most people struggle to stand up from lying down because they've forgotten the intermediate steps. Rolling gives you options. Roll to your side, push up to hands and knees, then stand. It's a skill that gives you confidence and independence. If full body rolls are too much, just practice rolling from your back to your side and back again. Even that small movement has huge benefits. Take your time. There's no rush. This isn't a race. Spend a minute exploring this pattern. Notice how your body moves as one piece. That integration, that's youth. And that's it. 10 minutes, 5 movements, and you've just done more for your longevity than a month of walking on a treadmill. Here's what I want you to do. Commit to this routine 3 times a week for the next 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks. I promise you'll notice a difference in how you move, how you feel, and how confident you are in your body. Drop a comment below telling me which movement was the hardest for you, and if you found this valuable, subscribe to the channel because we're doing a whole series on unconventional exercises that keep you young, mobile, and independent for life. Remember, you're not too old to get on the ground. You only get too old if you never get on the ground again. So reclaim that floor. Your younger self is waiting for you down there. I'll see you in the next video. Now get crawling.